7 extraordinary underground cities you have to visit. During Kuyu Underground City, Turkey. There is a city in Turkey that is thriving right under your feet, but you probably weren't aware of it. The During Kuyu Underground City is complete with a school, a jail, a church, and a stable, among other things. The location is more than 100 meters below ground and was carved out of volcanic rock. A local resident who was remodeling his home in 1963 made the amazing archaeological discovery entirely by accident. He happened to be standing in front of a mystery passage during renovations, a complex network of tunnels and caves divided into various levels that snaked over 85 meters deep under the soil. This homeowner stumbled into an actual metropolis that had been manually excavated and dated to the 7th century BC. Shanghai Tunnels, Portland, USA. From the very middle of the 19th century until the beginning of the 1940s, the Shanghai Tunnels were in operation. According to local legends, the tunnels made it simple to transfer products from and to the river, so that they could reach the businesses in downtown Portland while avoiding streetcars, traffic, and more. The Shanghai Tunnels are mostly utilized as a tourist destination today. In establishments in Old Town Chinatown, several of the trapdoors where people were allegedly lowered down are still operational. But because many of the tunnels have collapsed over time, are unsafe, or led nowhere, they shouldn't be explored on your own. Hills and Historical Underground, Czech Republic. The Pilson Historical Underground is one of the longest networks of tunnels in Central Europe. It was initially excavated between the 13th and the 19th centuries for the purpose of storing and transporting water and sewage. But today it is just another part of the city's long history of beer brewing. Due to the discovery of medieval items buried in the waste, originally used to fill dry wells, the tunnels eventually fell out of use and gained increased archaeological attention. The tunnels can now be explored for a large portion of the time, and some of them have been rebuilt to reflect how they must have seemed in their heyday. A replica water wheel and a display on medieval bookbinding stand out. Naples Underground, Italy. The Napoli Sotterranea is the most popular route in Naples' underground tube system and is an approved route. Despite having a strong connection to the upper world, the world 40 meters beneath Naples streets is radically different. These subterranean tunnels were first excavated by the ancient Greeks in the 4th century BC for the purpose of building Neapolis, and they were later utilized by the Romans as aqueducts to deliver water to the city. Nawa, France. The largest network of tunnels in northern France is located near Nawa. Through the ages, the local populace used this subterranean city as a refuge during the battle. 3,000 individuals might live in the underground metropolis at its peak. These caves were explored by British, Canadian, and Australian soldiers during World War I. Almost 3,000 of the graffiti they left behind are still clearly visible today. One of the largest tunnel networks in northern France has been recognized for its outstanding layout. Tunnels of Moosejaw, Canada. There are a number of two-story tunnels in the sleepy Canadian city of Moosejaw, which is found in the province of Saskatchewan. Due to the concern that Chinese immigrants would rob natives of their jobs, Canada levied its now famous head tax on them at the start of the 20th century. Chinese immigrants living illegally were forced underground because they were afraid and couldn't afford the tax. Up until the 1920s, entire families lived here and worked in the neighborhoods of above-ground businesses in exchange for food and supplies. Nevertheless, because to its proximity to the us, the tunnels were utilized for a different purpose during the Prohibition era to carry alcohol to the us through Canada.